How you doing, folks? Hope you're all doing well. Yeah, back in court today. It's been deferred again for this dog training thing. Yeah. So when I was in there today, this lady came up to me. She started talking. I had no idea who she was, or even if she was actually initially talking to me. So yeah. And it turns out she's a reporter. And she said her colleague suggested she'd come over and speak to me, because once my case is over, it'd be possible to speak to them about it, because maybe there's much more about the case that they don't know. I was speaking to her for quite a while. She seems like a nice lady. But yeah, there's nothing more I can say about it other than that. I was to say she seems nice, but yeah. What more can be said? Not a lot, really. With regard to that situation, I think the wise move with regards to everything is speak to God about it and see what Father wants to do. Yeah, if He wants me to do this, then I will do this. But I think it's unlikely, based purely upon the fact, when it comes down to it, if it's speaking purely just about the case, then no, I don't think God's going to want me to do that, because if all they want to do is speak about the case, what happened on the day and why it happened, etc., etc., then I understand their interest in that, but yeah, I mean, is it something I need to necessarily talk about? I've talked about it all through these videos anyway, haven't I? I've shared all that information on these videos, so I don't need to necessarily reshare that. If, on the other hand, she wants to do an interview and talk about everything that's happened around it, then, but okay, that can be done. So just have to see how God leads about that situation. Yeah, don't know. I was speaking to her about what God's been doing and about the fact that, in the end, the reality is that God wanted the dogs to be taken away for a purpose, and I talked to her a bit about the purpose. I could see other people who were standing around, because it's very busy again to start with. I could see other people looking in and trying to listen to what I was saying. Okay, no worries. Not concerned about that. Father, if someone heard and someone's going to speak to you about it, then bless them. Bring them to this understanding for their sake. Yeah, it was fine. Yeah. Indeed. Yeah. So, yes. Well, I was talking to her about the church, because she goes to a church, she said. So I was talking to her about the church and about where the church is. And it was actually quite sweet, because I was talking to her about things I've said on here. Talking to her about worship, and I asked her, where should worship be from? So she sort of put her hand on her heart, said, well, obviously at the heart. I said, okay, and where is it from? Where is it actually from? So she shook her head, she said, don't know. So, okay, when people are worshipping, have you seen people crying and, go down to the floor and absolutely crying? She said, no. I said, well, don't you think you should be seeing that? Yeah, because worship is about love. And if you are really expressing in song your love for God and understanding God's love for you, don't you think there'd be tears? She went, yeah. I said, you've never seen that? She went, no. I said, well, therefore, all the worship you've seen is head. None of it's heart. So none of it can really be called worship. You're just singing a song. Yeah. They call it worship, but it's not actually worship. It's worship in name, but not in nature. Yeah. So, yeah. Interesting. Yeah. It was. I quite enjoyed the talk. I really did. I quite enjoyed that, because it was a good opportunity to share. Yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, yeah, as I say, with regards to whether I do the interview, depends upon her, really. I contacted her on Facebook just to say it was nice meeting you today, and nice speaking with you. Yeah, if you have any questions, then feel free to ask. That's it. Just left it at that, and then I deleted the chat. So then it's not about me going back to her. It's up to her to contact me if she wants to. Yeah, if she has any questions, she's free to do so. So yeah. Well, because obviously, would I be happy to speaking to someone who's a reporter, but just happens to be a Christian, or speaking to someone who's a Christian that just happens to be a reporter? Yeah, completely different situation, isn't it? Really. So it really does depend upon her. So yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Maybe laugh there with my solicitors, because I went to see them because of what the solicitor said that was completely wrong the last time, and their secretary sent me a letter saying, "We're pleased that everything's sorted out." And I'm like, well, what's sorted out? Nothing was sorted out at all. I brought the point saying he was wrong about this and this and this. Basically lied about 3 things. And the bloke I was talking to wasn't the bloke who was in court with me. He came later. But the bloke I was mainly talking to said, yeah, okay. So I see your point, but this can be dealt with. This can be dealt with doesn't mean it's been dealt with. Solicitors, eh? Yeah. Yeah, they always think because I said this can be dealt with, it means it's already dealt with. No, it doesn't. It hasn't been dealt with yet. As far as I know, it still hasn't been dealt with. No. Well, when I was actually in the court itself, I heard nothing about him saying, "Oh, last time, my colleague said a lot of things that were wrong." I didn't hear any of that. So yeah. So there you go. Yeah, but a solicitor beforehand did ask me if I've been contacted by this bloke about doing the dog training. I said, well, not yet. I said, my understanding after speaking to you is that the court has to agree to this training. I said, I found that bizarre, as the court was the one who actually suggested it. I said, you said that, but yeah. He said, no. I said, well, maybe this person thinks that is the case. Yeah. So yeah. That's a good point. I should really get back to the solicitors and say, yeah, maybe you need to contact this dog trainer again and say that the court is due to be back on a certain day about this. So yeah. Yeah. So we shall see. Indeed. Yeah. So it was okay. It was quite a long one again today. Yeah. A bit. But there was something happening beforehand. It was a private thing where basically no one else was allowed in there. Even the press were kept out for some reason. So, yeah. That was different. Yes. So there you go. Right, I'm going to leave it to it. Nothing more to say really. So, yeah. If there's anything to bring later, which there may be, there may not, I don't know, then I'll bring. So you take care, God bless, I'll speak to you soon. Feel free to give a thumbs down. We might as well say that because, to the one I did about Genesis, talking about woman, she's called woman, pardon me, and relationships. 2 thumbs down to that. No explanation as to why I thumbs down, just 2 thumbs down. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah, you didn't like it then? Oh, because I used the thing woman. So you've got leftist people. Yeah, leftist people, this isn't a channel for you. Not really. Not if you're going to be ultra leftist and want to be all about that. This really isn't for you. So there you go. You take care. God bless. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.